County Extension Agent for Texas AgriLife Extension Service. And if you're like me, it gets to be about 3 o'clock in the afternoon and I start wondering, what's for dinner tonight? Well, I think I have a recipe that might answer your question. Today I'm going to show you how to make surprise spaghetti. So let's get started. Now to start this recipe, we're going to saute some onions. This is a medium-sized onion that I just chopped up. We're going to put it in our pan here and let it cook. Now you want to let the onions turn translucent in color. So you just want to let this cook. Now I have my pan on medium heat. We're just going to let those cook. Now while these are cooking, we're going to add in about a cup of mushrooms. You can add more mushrooms to this recipe if you want. I'm a big mushroom fan, so you just make it the way you like it. That's what I love about cooking, is you can just create and make it your own. So we're going to let these cook for just a little while. You want these mushrooms to just kind of get soft. Mushrooms are so good for you. Did you know a cup of mushrooms has more potassium in it than a banana? So they are so good for your diet. Okay, those look really good. Now we're going to add a pound of lean hamburger meat. It's already been cooked. We're just going to add that in just like this. Oh, those onions are smelling so good already. Okay, and we're just going to let this cook for just a little while. The beef that we're adding to this recipe is going to give you lots of protein in your diet. Oh, it's looking so good. Okay, next we're going to add in a 14-ounce can of fire-roasted tomatoes. Now you don't have to do the fire-roasted if you don't want to. This is just something we prefer. It's got a little more spice in it. So we're just going to add that in. Like I said, just make it your own. That's the beauty of cooking, is you can get in there and create what you and your family like. Next, we're going to put in an 8-ounce can of tomato sauce. Just pour that in, just like that. The tomatoes are going to add lycopene to your diet. This dish is full of vitamins and minerals that your body needs. Okay. Then we're going to put in 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. Just sprinkle that in. Okay, stir it in real good. Now the teaspoon of minced garlic. I love garlic. It's my favorite thing. Okay, now you want to let this just simmer for a little while once you've got it good and mixed up. Just let it simmer for a good 5 minutes. So while this is simmering, we're going to talk about the surprise that's in this spaghetti. Okay? So the surprise is that we are going to make our pasta for our spaghetti out of this spaghetti squash. Now when you're in the grocery store and you go to look for your spaghetti squash, you want to make sure and get one that feels kind of heavy. It needs to be about 7 to 8 pounds. And it also needs to be light in color. So that's the kind of things you need to look for when you're in the grocery store. Now, when you go to cook your spaghetti squash, you can do it one of 2 ways. I like to cook mine in the crock pot. What I do is take the fork and I'll poke holes all around this spaghetti squash. Then I'll put 2 cups of water in the crock pot, then put the spaghetti squash into the crock pot, let it cook 8 to 9 hours on low. And that way when you come home, it's ready for you to enjoy. And what you want to do is take it and cut it in half, and then you'll take a fork and run it through that spaghetti squash, and that's how you'll get your noodles for your spaghetti. Now the other way you can cook this is in the oven. You can again poke holes all the way around the spaghetti squash. Then you can put it in a baking dish and put it in the oven on 350 degrees for about an hour, and again you'll split it in half and then run the fork through it. So let me show you how that is done. I've already taken in, this has been cooked, and I've cut it in half, so all I'm going to do is pull my fork right through the spaghetti squash and see how it already looks like it's making noodles. This is such a great addition to this dish. It's something that's different, and I just know you and your family is going to love this. So, and see how that just comes out, and it looks like noodles, and once it's mixed up in this sauce, it's even going to taste like noodles. Now, by adding this to this dish, you are cutting lots of calories and lots of carbs. For 1 cup of regular pasta, it's 221 calories and 43 grams of carbs. But for 1 cup of this spaghetti squash, it is only 47 calories and 10 grams of carbohydrates. So you're going to cut the carbohydrates and calories by a lot by adding this spaghetti squash. And it's also a vegetable, so you're adding more vegetables to your diet. So what I like to do is just stir this up real good, mix it up. And this dish is going to serve about 4 to 6 people, and it's going to cost around $2.50 per serving. And you can serve this with a salad. So let's go ahead and plate this up. Just like that. I do about a cup of this per serving. And there you have your surprise spaghetti. Now I also like to add just a little bit of Parmesan cheese to the top of it. And this makes it really good, just like that. The next time you're wondering what's for dinner tonight, I hope you remember Texas AgriLife Extension Service has a recipes just for you, and also make sure to check out our Facebook page. Thank you.